Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Huck. So I hope you all are having a wonderful Monday. We are back with another XD Daily Creative Challenge. Good morning to all of you in the chat. Got a lot of you guys here after Max last week, so we've got a lot of fun things to go over. We've got Stone, Richard, hey Jack, good to see you again. We've got Tim, Paul, Beck. Welcome. Let me know where you guys are from, what you're working on today, anything fun. So today is going to be a welcome day, so let's go ahead and dive right in to behance.net/challenge/XD. And if you don't already know what the Daily Creative Challenge is, I'll just kind of go through how it works here today. So it is a 9 challenge for 2 weeks, so we're starting, tomorrow's the actual first day. Today's kind of like a welcome day, just like getting our feet wet. So November 11th to November 22nd, and if you're not already registered, be sure to register with this big blue button up here, and then it will say chat with the community. And each day at 8 a.m. you'll get a notification in your Creative Cloud dropdown up here, notifying you of what the new daily prompt is. And you can also just check this page if you'd like. So how does it work? It's really just an opportunity for you to sharpen your skills and get feedback from the community. No winners or losers here, just working on your portfolio, learning something new. So each day you'll receive a challenge. Be sure to join our community chat in Discord. I'll get into that in just a second. Just meet other designers and get some feedback. And then, of course, be sure to watch our daily live show right here every day at 11:30 Pacific. And lastly, be sure to share your work to get feedback from both myself. We've got a bunch of mentors on Discord and just each other. So then below this, we've got all of the challenges. They're blank right now, of course, because we have not gotten to those days. But once these days come up, these will populate with the challenge itself, and I'll give you a Dropbox link that you can download a starter file just to get started with some components and such to get started. And then if you don't already have XD, be sure to download it right here. It is free, of course. And if you'd like to be notified about any future XD challenges, you can do that up here with the subscribe button. So every 2 weeks, you'll be notified about the new challenge with a new host. And then lastly, sorry, this is a lot on this page. We've got a lot of stuff on here. If you want to go back, if you're still working on any of the past challenges, that's totally fine. You can go and look through all of these down here. You know, click the Get Started button to go to Dropbox and download any of those starter files and just rewatch any of the videos. So that is where all of those are. Lastly, last thing on this page, we want you to join us on Discord. I'll go ahead and pop on over there. So if you're not already a member, definitely encourage you to do so. This is a really awesome community. We've got, I don't remember how many people on here do we have? About like 20,000 maybe so far. So lots of awesome designers. Just to go through a few of the important channels over here, we've got the Creative Challenge channel. So this is just another spot where you can figure out what the daily challenge is. Here in the Going Live channel, this is announcements about all of our live streams. And the current challenge channel, so this is where you can get feedback, any of these. So just be sure you're looking in the right channel. We've got current challenges, past challenges, and just anything else. If you want to get feedback on anything in your portfolio, you can do that here. So definitely be sure to share if you have a link to your Behance work like Kyle did, or if you just want to share like a work in progress of, you know, a screenshot. Yeah, share it all here and we'll be sure to give you some feedback. So let's see, ask a question. If you have any questions about XD or just design in general, lots of fun things going. Oh, Tim just said 26,000. Okay, I was a bit behind that. I said 20,000. 26,000 users on Discord. That is quite a lot of you guys. Awesome. And then we've got some of the mentors over here, if we're online or not, some Adobe folks, and then all of you guys over here can chat away. So that is a little bit about Discord. So since today is more of just a welcome day, what I wanted to take today, the rest of this stream to do, is One, I want to go through some of you guys' challenges that I thought were like good examples that you can use to kind of guide yourself through if you want to share something on Behance as like a case study. And then secondly, I want to go through some of the brand new features that we released during Max last week. So just quickly browse through those. This week we're going to focus on all of those new features in XD, so it's going to be a really fun week. Be sure you stay tuned for the whole challenges because we've got a lot of fun things to cover. So yeah, let's go ahead and go through some of these. So how I'm searching is the XD Daily Challenge keyword. So be sure that when you do upload your project to Behance, you add that keyword, otherwise I will not be able to find you. And yeah, let's see what we've got. We've got Jack, Beck. What's going on, guys? Let me know. We've got Paul. Where are you guys from? Okay, so this first one I found was awesome. I haven't seen this one before. So this is by Andy Pham, and this was the September challenge. And I gathered a few of these different projects to show just like certain elements of why I liked each of them. So this one I thought was really laid out because he has like a really nice like case study, really showing each of the projects and describing each of them. So try not to just like post the visuals. Maybe you can post like a prototype as well, explain like how you created the design, explain like what the prompt was. So try to show like a really holistic use case or case study. So this one he explained like what the prompt was. So we were working on the tap gesture that day. That looks awesome. Oh, this one was fun. Oh, this was the one that I hosted actually. So this was the farming app, Monster Garden. That is so cute. We've got components. That day we worked on components. That was fun. And this one was Repeat Grid. Really lovely negative space in this website. I love that, all the blues. And this one was an overlay for solar energy. Wow, this seems like so long ago now that I'm looking at these. Teleportation app, this was a fun one. You guys had a lot of really creative ideas on this. And with these creative challenges, like really feel free to do something kind of out there, since this isn't like a corporate, you're not doing something for a company. So this is your chance to really just throw caution to the wind, kind of explore something that you might not normally explore otherwise. And then we had the collection app for International IXDD Day. We were focusing on data privacy, and then responsive resize for the stadium. So this one's really great because for each day he has like a nice background, the colors are all kind of matching. It all feels like it's in the same mood for each day. So awesome work on this one. This is, let's see, Andy Pham. Really good job. Jack said the teleportation one was cool. Oh, you never finished that one. You should definitely finish though. Let me know if you do. I would love to see it. There was a lot of fun ones that day. This one is by Amanda Kloska, and this one I like because she did an amazing job, went above and beyond on showing all of the steps. So here we've got some cute little post-it notes. That is adorable. We've got some wireframes. And I mean, if you don't want to do all of this, that's totally fine. This is, again, going above and beyond. I usually recommend just spending like 30 minutes to an hour on each of these. You don't want it to totally take over your life, but if you want to like really focus on one day and come up with a great case study for that particular one, it's really nice to be able to show a potential employer that you know all of these steps and this is how you normally create a design. And then we've got here the fonts and the colors. And then she goes into some high fidelity mock-ups showing what it actually looks like in the product itself, the iMac, and the general overview and the ranking list. And I love this little pattern up here, this little leafy pattern. That is lovely. I love those colors. So this one was by Amanda. Awesome job, Amanda. If you're watching, hello. Paul said, "This is the time of year when I turn to my art and it's not good to not be able to draw in the way that I want." Well, this is your chance to, during this stream, these 2 weeks, work on those. So don't give up, guys. I know it's like the end of the year, but we've got to pull through strong. So this one, I'm sorry I might butcher your name, Kshitij Rajal. Sorry about that. And this one was the acoustic, so sort of a music app. And we've got a really lovely typography showing the letter spacing, line height, descender. Wow, very fancy. Very nice. Love the like little background elements here. Got all the fonts, showing the color palettes and the icons and buttons. So, you know, you can show some of the components like this. It doesn't have to be a whole like design system, but you know, if you want to show this, maybe for one day you focus on building it up a little bit more. And one thing to note, this series of challenges during the 2 weeks is not going to be progressive. So if you miss one day, that's totally fine. You won't be behind or anything. You can join at any time. And then we've got low fidelity wireframes and the user flow. Very nice. Going to the home screen. We've got the favorites, song queue. Man, this is really very fancy. And then high fidelity wireframes. Got all of those screens. And then the prototype. So this is my favorite thing. I love when people actually show the prototype, so we can kind of see how it all works, the clicking around. We've got the password. Oh, I don't know what the password is. Okay, password is invalid or the link may not be available. Well, I don't know what the password is, so I can't see that one. But I like that you added the prototype. And then we've got the mock-up here. Some additional features. The playlist. The only thing I will say about these mock-ups is while they look very cool, you really can't see much. So I recommend not showing these like isometric sort of designs because it doesn't really do much for the end user besides looking cool. So maybe you could use something like this for the header up at the top up here. Like this is fine right here because it's very intriguing, makes you want to start scrolling down, but when we get to the actual, you know, visuals at the end, we just can't see it very well. And appreciate it. Very nice. So this one was great again because he showed kind of all of the components, so a mini design system, if you will. So awesome job on that one. And then this one was by Nadia, and this one again was the September 16th to 27 one. Oh, this one was kind of it was a game, horizontal game, and we've got like the true and false. I love that she really went, originally the prompt was like school, like quiz, note cards sort of app, and I love that she kind of went her own way and did a solar system app. So this one was awesome. True and false. Very fun. So if you can think of something that like you're interested in yourself and bring that into the mix, that will make you really want to work on it more, and I think it shows some of your personality as well. Awesome job on the prototype there, showing some mock-ups. And the little solar system in the back, that's so cute. Very nice. We've got 2 more left, and then I'll hop on into some of the features. So this one was by Than Huang. I think I might have showed this one before in a previous challenge as a great example, but it just really is a good example. So sorry if you guys have seen this one before. And this one was the music app. So this one was a progressive one where we were building like a whole design system. So each day kind of built off of each other. And he showed a mood board, really getting that kind of like techie, futuristic vibe with the purples and the pinks. So love that. Typography, just a beautiful layout showing the different widths of the font. All the like header sizes to the body copy sizes, the colors. Tokyo Pink even went so far to name all of the colors. Electric Tokyo for the gradient. Very nice. And then he showed the icons. again, this is a little, like, you don't have to do all of this, but it's just such a great example that I had to show it. And then we've got the filled icons, some of the UI elements, so you can show some of the toggles, button styles. We've got the bars down here and the controls. Love this. And then I think we have the prototype down here, maybe not. Is this clickable? No, oh, that would have just been the icing on the cake if this was a clickable prototype. And then the logo itself is awesome. So this one just like, perfect example. So great job, fan. And then lastly, we've got Daniel Ada. And this one, I think this was the music one again. Doesn't say when it was from. But I love that he showed the mood board. Is this clickable? I don't think so. So we're going for vibrant is the aesthetic here. And then the whole design system, very nice, showing the colors, typography and such, and the low fidelity wireframes. So you can start to see some of these users or some of these designers showed both the low fidelity and the high fidelity. If you just want to do sketches, that's totally fine too. I've got my sketchbook here. I'm going to show that in the 2-hour stream. And the user flow. So this one I think would be great to show some like arrows because it's more just showing like screenshots rather than like a flow. So I don't really know which screen is going to which one. So some arrows would be helpful here, but really nice. And then we've got the prototype. Let's see. Ooh, and a fancy mock-up. Scrolling through some of the albums. And then we've got, oh, look at that animation. The waveforms, that was nice. I don't know if you can see that very well. Very fancy top 10 chart. And then we've got the search. Wow, this is like seems like a real app. Got a lot of features in here. And then some of the playlists, name your playlist. Awesome. And then, oh, the clickable, the interactive prototype. That's nice. Normally it's just one or the other, but this shows like a movie of it, and then this one you can actually click through. I might steal that idea. So, okay, so those are some great ideas. Thank you, Daniel, for sharing yours. Let me know if anyone's watching and I reviewed yours. So, now I wanted to get into some of the brand new features that we announced last week at Max. Let me know if any of you guys in the chat were at Max. I unfortunately was not able to be there this year, maybe next year, but I read up and was really interested in all the new features. So this week, like I mentioned, we're going to be focusing each day on one of the new features. So before we get into an actual prompt tomorrow, I wanted to just quickly kind of skim through each of these. So this is, if you want to look at this page, this is the blog.adobe.com /XD November 2019 update, co-editing more. So you can just go on the Adobe XD page if you want to see it. So co-editing, that's a brand new one. So you can have two different designers or more at the same time, in real time, working on a design at the same time. So cool. So we're going to be doing that in our 2-hour live stream right after this. So that is awesome. Document history. So this one I think is really great if, now that you have like co-editing, so one person is now in the design that maybe might be doing something wrong, you can go back in time and go to a previous design. So that's super helpful. We've got share mode for user testing. We'll dive into these a little more each day. And then the big thing, the very exciting one, component states. So excited about this. Guys, you've been asking and we finally got hover. Woohoo! There's no one in here to cheer with me, but it's very exciting. Okay, so we finally have hover. We're gonna be diving into that actually a few days during these challenges. So you kind of already have the ideas for this week, but hover trigger, that's a really fun one. Multiple interactions. So what would have taken like 20 different artboards previously, now you can all do on one single artboard. So that is just like amazing. It's gonna save so much time, you have no idea. And extensibility, compatibility with other tools. So if there are some people on your team that are working in Sketch or something and you need to use their files, you can import a file from Sketch directly into XD. And I tried it earlier and it works amazingly. Like everything was exactly the same. So that's awesome. And finally, Creative Cloud Libraries integration. These are all so exciting. So you can now put all of your assets both into Creative Cloud Libraries from like Illustrator or something if you're doing sketching, some illustrations and you want to add that in your prototype, and vice versa. So we didn't used to be able to do that, so you can now add things from XD as well. So that's awesome. Sketch import, like I mentioned. A new plugin manager, so this is awesome. You can now search. I'll show you some more of that on the other days, so you gotta stay tuned for that. That is very exciting. So that's a super quick overview of all of the new features. This is like a really huge one, especially with the component states. The hover, I think it really sets it apart from like any of the other apps or like design apps. So one awesome resource that Howard Pinsky created, you know, he's like the king of XD. So I wanted to show you guys his letsxd.com/states, and he created a brand new UI kit for you guys to play around with the component states. So this is awesome. You can go to this page, scroll down a bit, 100 components, 200 plus states, endless possibilities. I love this. So let's see, where's the download? Oh, you just download right here. I already have it pulled up. That is not it. Let me see. This one. So when you download it, this is what that will look like. We've got the states kit. So it gives you a little like intro over here. And then all of these artboards, you can play around with all of the new states. So for instance, we've got some of the basic states. We can play this and you can switch through some of these toggles. And keep in mind, this is only one artboard. So previously, each of these would have been like a ton of different artboards all at once. So this is awesome. The heart, 2 states, radio buttons, we've got pagination, the drop down, some volume toggles. This is so exciting. I just love seeing this. Hover states. So again, this is a big one that you guys have been super excited about. So expanding button. This is so cute. Expanding little folder. And then we've got this button and a little peek, delete button, hovering over a video player, and a lot of fun stuff in here. So guys, that is about all the time that we have left. Thank you all so much for joining, and we will be right back in about 5 minutes with our 2-hour live stream with Howard and myself. I've got a really fun, kind of out there design to be working on, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for this next, the first prompt. Bye guys!